So you've always been a Marlboro Lights man, or?
No, well, I mean, when you start smoking as early as I did, which was at 10,
Dude,
basically.
Were you like me, like bellied over in back of the Winnebago in the trailer park, vomiting your shit out, going, yeah, smoking is cool?
Oh, the first time I inhaled, I almost choked to death. Yeah, but I didn't throw up. I did not throw up, which, much to the chagrin of the people who were taking care of me, they caught me smoking, and then they made me smoke like 3 cigars back to back,
right?
And it didn't do a fucking thing to me, not one. And they were just like, oh, god damn it. They weren't the best fucking people, though.
So you said the people that grew up,
yeah,
with mom and
dad,
dad?
the people that me and my mom and my sister were living with, they weren't all that great, to be honest.
So they brought you up, and did they smoke themselves?
Oh yeah, they
hypocrites then
smoked their asses out, and that's where I got my cigarettes.
Right,
Right. I mean, you grow up, you smoke OPCs, other people's cigarettes.
Right, exactly.
So I'd help myself to everything from my mom's Salem Lights.
You nasty.
How long have you been smoking?
Since I was 10, so 27 years.
Think it's affected your voice?
Yeah, it's given it that unique flavor, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I mean, the only time I really get affected by anything is when I get sick. So, and whether this contributes to it or not, I mean, it is what it is. I kind of made a promise to myself that, like, in the next 3 years I'm going to quit, but I'm not ready yet. And until I'm ready, I won't be. I mean, when I was ready to quit drinking, I quit drinking, and that was it.
That's what I told. That's what I tell him. I smoked for a lot of years, and I quit for 15 years.
Yeah.
And about 8 months ago, I started smoking again. And I said, I just want to smoke again for a couple of months, and I'll quit when I feel like quitting.
Yeah.
And I haven't smoked for about a month and a half, but damn, that smells good.
I know, right? I'm sorry.
No, dude, don't even worry
it's like
about
cooking
it.
a steak for a starter.
No.
Yeah.
Don't even work. No, don't put it out on my accord.
Oh, it's all good, man.
But that's the thing is, like, I'd be like face over the stove, lighting up a cigarette.
Yeah.
And my mom would walk in. Do you have a cigarette? And I'd be like, throw it down the stairway. No, Mom, I'm not smoking. She goes, I swear to God, you're just lighting a cigarette. No, I'm not smoking.
My mom started buying them for me when I was about 12.
Right.
So she was like, and it's such a wonderful mentality. She's like, I'd rather have you smoking in front of me than behind my back. And I was like, for a kid, it was like, yes. But then you get older and you're like, really? Could you just lay down a little more fucking law for me,
Kids don't appreciate that, really. I think a lot of time they're begging for the hardcore issue.
Yeah, especially the way I grew up, man. I mean, it was pretty fucking hard scrabble, So I got away with shit that probably in a way I wish I hadn't.
Now you got kids now. What is your thought of parenting? How much do you let them get involved in your life with the band? What you do out on the road?
I mean, obviously my kids are very stoked about the fact that I do this, but. It's been hard, especially for my daughter who's 18. I mean, when she was in high school, it was, oh my God, you're Corey Taylor's daughter, or it was, you're Corey Taylor's daughter. I mean, and there was really no gray area. She was either kind of catching shit because she was my daughter, or people were kind of sucking up to her because she was my daughter. And luckily, I mean, she's very smart, but she's kind of went through some mistakes and whatnot, and is constantly learning, but she's 18 too, and I hate the fact that I contributed to any kind of issues with her, but at the same time it's like at least I was there for her, at least I could help her kind of understand and get her through it. She grew up with her mom for the most part, so I was kind of there, like, towards the middle, because me and her mom split up a long time ago. But
I'm basically the devil incarnate around here.
Oh, yeah.
People, and I get the same thing. They're like, oh, your fish's daughter, or oh, your fish's daughter.
Yeah.
They won't even let their kids stay the night at my house because I'm like Satan's spawn. But I don't really care about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, when Stone Sour's been around, that was really the first thing that you did. And then you came back, and a lot of fans gave you a little bit of, kind of like, what are you doing when Bother came out? And it was so huge for Stone Sour. They're like, what's going on? And you realize, hey, you know, at some point you got to think about your family.
Well, I mean, not only that, but you got to back up what you're saying.
Right.
You know, I mean, my thing has always been make music no matter what.
Right.
You know, and you know, I left Stone Sour to join Slipknot. I mean, it was a band before I even joined. You know,
Right.
Stone Sour was the first real band I ever started.
Mm-hmm.
So when I left Stone Sour, that effectively kind of made it defunct for, you know, a few years. And I joined Slipknot for the very reason that we brought Stone Sour back, was because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to be able to create a different type of music and really kind of do whatever I wanted. And when Slipknot first started, that's really the way it was. And then by the time we hit Iowa, it was very metal. It was very buried in the metal. And the melody kind of got lost. The dynamics kind of got lost. I mean, it was still there, but it was very different, you know? And the band was changing,
Right.
personality-wise, you know, for whatever reason. So, you know, I kind of hit another wall musically and creatively. And, you know, luckily, you know, I had been working on a project with Josh Rand, and it kind of hastened the revival of Stone Sour, and it gave me the chance to do songs like Bother and do songs like, you know, Get Inside, and put them on the same album, you know, and really kind of get away from that dark metal, which is very much inside me, but at the same time, like, there was so much more that I wanted to do.
Sure.
And I knew I had to take like these baby steps to get back there, you know. And so by the time now with Audio Secrecy, I just have no fear when it comes to music. I make music, and I don't really care what anybody says.
I mean, this last album is so mass appeal and so powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have really hit a specific stride here. It really is good. The last time I saw you, I was there for the Avenged Sevenfold Disturbed Uproar.
Oh,
tour when you
Uproar,
did-
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd seen you in a long, long time, and I have to tell you, I was completely impressed by the power of the band. What you put through on stage was fucking awesome. Not to suck your ass or anything. Or
No,
blow
I appreciate
sunshine
it.
up
Thank
your
you.
ass. I love good music, and it was really just everybody was so tight, and it was just so powerful.
Yeah,
It was good shit, dude. It
We've
was awesome.
we've slowly but surely kind of been building this reputation as a live band, you know, which, you know, coming from a band like Slipknot, it's
Right.
hard to do, you know. I mean, the comparisons are going to be obvious, but at the same time, I mean, you kind of have to toe that line. You just have to keep beating people over the head with the
Right.
truth, you know. I mean, from the time we started back up, you know, we made sure that the first message was, we are not a side project. And the more we put that message out there, the more people began to turn around and realize that, oh yeah, it isn't a side project,
Right.
you know. And, you know, I mean, we had to build the following, you know. There was a lot of Slipknot fans that didn't want to have anything to do with us because we blurred the lines musically between hard rock and heavy metal and stuff like Bother. You know?
I don't want to say the same thing, but it's like when, oh my God, Metallica cut their hair.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Same
yeah.
thing. Or shit, they put out the Black Album.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know I'm not a Matt Pinfield kind of interviewer or anything. I'm a little more passionate about
That's all right.
it.
No,
You
trust
know,
me, I'm the
it's-
same
But
way.
it's the same thing. You
Yeah,
know? It's like,
yeah.
But you have to, it's like, look, if you like these guys as artists, you have to grow with them and understand what they're doing. And you guys, I think, are really fortunate right now with Darren and the Roadrunner crew, because there's not a lot of record labels out there that are really standing behind their
Yeah,
artists.
yeah.
And these guys really seem to back you up a lot.
It's an old school way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, where research and development was key.
Mhm.
You know, now if a band doesn't hit within the first 5 minutes of their album being in the stores, they're shit canned, and it's ridiculous. You know, there's no building a band anymore.
Right.
You know, and it's all so processed and it's all so overdone, and every fucking other album sounds exactly the same, and it's the same hooks and it's the same looks and it's the same bullshit, and I can't stand it. You know,
Right.
and it's hard for me, especially, you know, being as brutally honest as I can be sometimes, to sit back and be like, you know, without exploding. But at the same time, you know, I'm 37, so I've
Right.
kind of learned that you roll with it and you do what you do, and you do it the best way you can. You know, you can't sit around and be the heavy metal curmudgeon, you know, and bitch about everybody else's shit. If you're doing that, you're not paying attention to what you're doing in the first place.
Exactly. Great, perfect point. Don't be concerned what other people are doing. Be concerned what you're doing.
Put your 100% focus into what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know? And I think that's why we've come leaps and bounds into basically into our own. You know, with this.
That goes across every aspect.
Yeah.